In this video, I want to talk about the limit order feature in Meteora. As you know, the limit orders were released, and this is really a big upgrade for on-chain trading. The best thing about the limit orders on Meteora is that it gets executed on-chain. So there is actually no way that your limit order would be skipped, as is usually happens on any sort of DEXs. In this video, I want to talk about two use cases where you can use the limit orders in combination with the actual LP experience on Meteora. So let me get straight into it. The first use case or strategy is to use the limit order for buying a token on a specific level to LP it when it gets executed. If you are familiar with my bid ask bounce play, this is something for this kind of game. Actually, would it be great if you can buy a token when it gets minus 70%, for example. So you can go read this article where I actually explained the whole game, and I also had some examples where you can see this kind of strategy in action. So for example, here we have a support level where you can simply put a limit order, and when it gets executed you can create an LP position with the tokens you have bought with the limit order, and you were not NLP with these tokens. Here's another one. There's a minus 62 or up to 65%. You set a limit order, it gets executed. As soon as it gets executed, you can create a bid ask or a spot position to the upside, and you partially sell it to Solana or USDC, and you earn fees on this way. So this is the first more like a trading strategy or approach to use, where you can use the limit order feature. The second one is more a long-term play. The long-term play could be up to 4 to 6 months. So for example, at the 2022 May, I had a post where I showed my buying levels for Bitcoin when it was around 30,000. So the main strategy was to accumulate BTC on certain support levels at 4 buying orders at the bear market, during the bear market, and selling it then later when it goes up. I also created for, and you see here 2024, 21 May, I had created, as I said, the BTC chart. I also had examples with other ones like ETH and so on and so on. It doesn't mean that every buying order will be executed, but at least you have a strategy where you buying lower and then selling it higher. And this is the original chart. This is the 2022 buying orders. It play out fantastic. Now we have a similar situation where we broke the uptrend and we are probably in the middle of the bear market, and I just assume and plan to accumulate BTC when it gets lower. So for example, you have $1,000 or $100, it doesn't matter. The main idea is to create 4 buying orders and then set them on Meteora as limit orders, so they get executed automatically without you sitting in front of the computer. So here I can, for example, put some support levels, buying orders on the chart. You can do this by your own. You can set it to prices like you see here. You can set it lower. It doesn't matter. It just needs to fit your strategy and your risk level. The main thing here is to create these buying orders and split it in 4. You can use 3, you can use 5, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you split the buying orders, and this is the main reason here. You can do it evenly, you can increase it, similar as the bid-ask strategies on Meteora. So let me show you how you can then set up the buying orders. For example, we have the buying order at $61,000 on BTC. Let's go to the Meteora chart, and I will use the CBBTC USDC. Of course, you need to look that you choose the pool where you have deep liquidity, right? So deep liquidity is necessary here, so your order get executed, and you see here we have liquidity at this level. Of course, this is a snapshot of the current market. When the price going lower, also this deep liquidity will move with the price, so it will become more liquidity in the ranges around 55k or 50k. To set up the limit order, you just simply choose the limit order here on the upper position side. Now it's switched. You can switch then the between USDC and CBBTC, and for example, let us assume I want to invest $100 in CBBTC in 4 buying orders, and that means that the first one will be 25 USDC, and now we need to set the buying order at this specific price. You can use this switcher here, you can use also the price here, you can do it like this, 61k, it will be minus 12%, and this first order will be placed when I hit place limit order. Great, now the price is set. Now we have our first buying order. You see it here, you see the pricing, and you see also the dollar and Solana values. You can switch it to dollar here, back, and then you see that you actually invest 25 USDC. Then what you do is you create a second, a third, and a fourth one. For example, we can set the next one. Let's get again $25, and the next buying order is at $49,000. Let's go like 50,000, 50k. It would also fit our strategy. So I set 25. Now we need to choose to set the actual BTC price. Let's go with 50k, and it changes to minus 27%. Great, this is what we do, this is what we want. Now the second order is executed on chain. You can see it every time you open the actual pool. You see your limit orders. You can cancel them, of course, and then recreate when you see that it doesn't fit the actual market condition. You need to set it lower, for example. You just simply cancel the order and you create a new one. So you just simply can do it anytime when you see that the conditions on the market doesn't change, it doesn't fit your initial price agreement. A very important point here: when the limit order gets executed and you, for example, want to use it on 2LP, a meme coin, you will have a claim or withdraw button here, because every time the order gets executed, it doesn't automatically will be visible in your wallet. So you need to withdraw the tokens to your wallet and then go and create the actual position with the tokens you just bought through the limit order. So this is something you need to be aware of. So don't think the order, when it gets executed, that the tokens are automatically in your wallet. You need to claim them, you need to withdraw them to your wallet, and then you can open the position, set the strategy, and LP it in the other direction. This is it. This is simply as it could be, simplest thing on earth. Set a limit order, you set your price, you set the value, and then boom, this, when you just wait. And then on the way you're waiting, could be on the long term, you will earn also fees. And when you choose the bid ask bounce play, then it could be something that you can use on a daily basis to LP meme tokens. Thank you and see you in the next video.